on AWS. So my name is, those who are new today, my name is Riaz. So people call me Riaz sir. And I have 17 years of experience. And I will be your AWS trainer. Okay. So if at all you want to know more about me, so just go to Google and then type AWS by Riaz sir. You will get to know more about me. So how I teach and then the feedbacks of our previous students and all. Okay. All right. This is about me. So if you still have any questions, you can always put a message online. So I'll respond to that. Okay, Nana? Okay. So I hope you had a great day today. And sure, guys, you will get the recording links and all everything, but slowly, one by one. And I should really appreciate again for you guys, because a lot of people already went for movies today, huh? But so the good thing is here, you are really passionate about learning AWS. I really appreciate that spirit. Keep it up. Very good. Lokesh, you are the top appearance in Google. Thank you. Okay, good. So those who know me, they'll blindly follow. Those who don't know about me, you'll get to know me in couple of days, 3-4 days, because when we start talking about the classes. Okay, ma. So good. As I promised, guys, this session, so this course, I'll be starting everything from scratch. That meaning from basics. As I said yesterday, basics are really important. Fundamentals are really important, Nana, right? Without the basic, without that fundamentals, you cannot have a great career in future. For that reason, I will be concentrating more on the basics for initial days. Of course, everything, whatever we talked in our class is related to AWS only. But to learn about the AWS, there are few basic things that you need to understand. As I said again, this class, guys, don't worry about the Telegram account links and everything will be provided later. You just enjoy the class, okay? Later, automatically, you'll get everything. And also, no prior experience is required for this AWS course, for me at least. Okay. So if you say that, sir, I don't know anything, I don't know coding, I'm not from IT, non-IT, everything for everyone, I can make this AWS very comfortable for you. Yes or no? Definitely yes. So I think offline, you are my previous batch, I mean the parallel batch student, so you can ask him how we go, right? So this guy, the first guy, right? So you are in the good place. All right, so let's move on to today's class. Nana, yesterday we talked about server and all, right? So as if you want to start any course, that can be AWS, that can be any course, there are few fundamental things that you should know. Let's talk about that, and that will be the basics and scratch from this for this course. So let's talk about this. Okay, those who have missed my yesterday's class, just please copy or click on that link. So yesterday we just had a quick intro on myself and why we need to learn AWS. That's it. Okay. Online people, just click on that YouTube link, you will get it. Okay, ma. Should we move on to the topic? Yes. Ready? Louder. Yes. Okay. So let's start our topic with the concept called client server architecture. Now, what is that? Client server architecture. Sure. Noted, Shubham. Okay. Client server architecture, guys. So In order to learn about great things, the first basics are very important, I said. So let's talk about client server architecture. What is it, Nana? Client server architecture. So first of all, we need to know what is client and what is server. Let's talk about that. Okay, for example, let me take a real-time example that we always use daily. Okay, can you tell me what is client? What do you think? What is client? You know to sit quiet. Just whatever you think in your brain, just tell me that. Okay, what do you think? What is client? Client meaning? Okay, client meaning user. Good. The one who needs service. Vamshi, good. Subbarao, really nice. Monish, end user. And client meaning customer. Okay. Client meaning who pay bills. Okay. Who gives us the work. Okay, Gautam. Nice. Okay, so who pay for our service. Okay, that's fine. All these things are really good. Whatever you're talking about is really good. So, do we need to really worry about the customer now? We are learning about the AWS, right? So, do we really worry about the customer? That meaning, customer meaning, sir, I'm sitting in my shop. Someone will come and then purchasing the groceries. He's the customer. Okay, he's the customer. But that guy is related to AWS? No. So let's take a real-time thing about what is client. Okay, every day what you do is you open your laptop. You open your laptop and you're opening the browser, no? You're opening the browser. So you open the browser and you are typing google.com. You're typing google.com. Can I say the browser is a client? Yes or no? Agree, Nana? Can you say browser is a client? Yes, browser is a client. So let's take that as a real-time example, because every day from morning to evening, we'll be using the browser. Let's take that as a real-time experience. I mean, real-time example. Let's take this is the browser. So here we have the browser. Browser. So in browser, what did you type? Google.com. Nana, if anyone asks you what is client, Chiti, if anyone asks you what is client, what you can say is in simple way. Yesterday I told you, no, KISS. What is KISS? Keep it simple. So keep it very simple. You know to use big definitions and big things. Keep it very simple. Can we say that client meaning which request a resource? Chiti, agree? Client meaning which request a resource? Okay, now you open the browser. You open the browser. You have opened the browser and you're typing google.com. So you're requesting the resource. No, what is the resource here? Google.com. So you're opening the browser and you're requesting the, hey, give me the google.com. So can we say the client meaning which request a resource? Which request a resource. If someone asks you what is client, you can clearly, easily say that a client meaning which request a resource. What is client? Yes, louder. What is client? Which request a resource. Okay. So now, so client meaning which request a resource. Guys, you open the browser and you type google.com. There should be someone on the other side, no? Who should be responding? Who is the other guy? Who is the other guy? Server. Who is the other guy, guys? Server. Yesterday, I asked you, what is server? No one could able to answer, correct? Now you are answering. So who is the other guy who is responding to this particular request? Server. So on the other side, we have this server. On other side, we have this server. So, Nana, what is server? So server meaning which respond to that resource. Which respond to that resource. Which responded to that resource. This is server. You got this? So Now I'm asking you guys, I'm asking you. So now, what is a client? What is a client? Which request a resource. Fantastic. What is a client, Nana? Which request a resource. And what is a server? Which respond to that particular resource is called the server. So remember, if someone asks you what is server, you should say which respond to the resource is called a server. Can you close the door? You understand? Okay, now, what is the example that we took it as a client? Okay. Do you hear me online? Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. So, Nana, so what is the example that we took as a client? Browser. Which one? Browser. What is the example that we took it as a client? That is browser. Now again, what is client? Client meaning which request a resource, server meaning which respond to that request. Understood? And now, but now, guys, we have a client and we have a server. If they both want to talk to each other, they both should be inside the network. Yes or no? They both should be inside the network. Fantastic. They both should be inside the network. Very good. So Nana, even in a simple way, can I say client meaning which is asking? Anything which is asking is the client. Server meaning giving. Simple. What is client is asking? Google.com. What is server is giving? Google.com. Asking and giving. Simple as that. Nana, is this clear till here, everyone? Online, CC? Non-IT? Non-IT people put NCC so that I understand that you understood well. Super. Slowly. Let's go slowly. Aram se. Okay. So, Nana, client meaning which request a resource, server meaning which respond to that particular resource. Even a shortcut way, can we say that client meaning which is asking, client meaning which is asking, server meaning which is giving. And this client and server, they both should be inside the network. Nana, the client and server, they both should be inside the network. Okay. So in network, what are the things that we have? Can you tell me? Few things. What do you have in network? Tell me. In network, what do you know in the network? What are the things? What are the components that you have in the network? Domain. What else? What else? Okay. Client, wires, IP address, nodes. Okay. IP address, router, hub. There are so many things in the network, correct? Okay. Now, let me ask this. We have printer also. You know printer, right? So printer, if I ask you, printer is a client or a server? See, printer is a client or server? Someone will say server, someone will say client. Okay, now you are telling server. Okay. So guys, each and every device, okay, each and everything in the network, it is very hard for us. It's very difficult for us that to say this is client, this is server, correct? It's very hard, no? Printer is a client server, who knows? You have hub. Hub is a client or server, who knows? So instead of referring as a client, instead of referring as a server, can we refer as a device? Can we refer as a device? What do we have in the network? We have devices in the network. What do we have, Nana? We have devices in the network. So the device can be either a client or a server. It's up to him. So instead of you mentioning as a hub is a server, printer is a server, firewall is a client, router is a server, it's very hard. So instead of that, you call it as device. So what do we have in the network? Devices. And the devices can be either a client or a server. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. So here I write devices can be either a client or a server. Super. Now, now we have discussed about what is client, what is server. and the client and server should be inside the network. And then what do we have in the network? What do we have in the network? Devices. What do we have in the network? Devices. So these devices can be either a client or a server. Is this clear? Clear? Slowly. Okay. Now, so now there are different types of architecture, client server architecture. Mainly there are three types of client server architectures. How many, Nana? Three types of client server architecture. So that is, we call it as one tier. Next one is two tier. Next one is three tier. So how many client server architectures are there? Three. What are those? One tier, two tier, three tier. Getting it, Mahesh? So what are the three types of architectures you have? One tier, two tier, three tier. So now we need to know about this three tier, one tier, two tier, three tier. No. So let's talk about what is this one tier, two tier, and three tier. Okay, slowly. Okay, let's go around. Say, let's talk about one tier architecture. No. What is one tier architecture? As the name clearly says, how many tiers are there? Only one tier. So that means how many layers will be there here? Only one layer. Nana, how many layers will be there? Only one. As it is one tier architecture, how many layers you have? Only one layer. So it will have only one layer. What is this one layer? Let's talk. Okay, let me give one real-time example. You have your laptop. You have your laptop, no? Okay, let's say this is your laptop. This is your laptop. Okay, don't ask me, sir, which laptop? Huh? It can be whatever laptop you have. So you take, this is the laptop. Which laptop you have? Dell, HP, whichever. Okay. So now you have this laptop, Nana. So do you know who is developer? Chiti, who is developer? Who is developer? Say, talk something. Who is developer? Who develops the code? Simple. Who is developer? Who develops the code? So, okay, let's say for example, he has written a nice website. He has developed a nice website in Java, right? He has developed a nice website in Java. He's a developer. So he has developed a nice website in .NET. Developer. So who is a developer? Who develops the code? Okay, now assume there is one developer. There is one developer. Okay, let me, for example, give me some name. Give me your name. Anudeep. Anudeep. Correct? Okay. So assume we have our friend here, Anudeep. So Anudeep is a developer. What he did was he has developed a nice website. He has developed a nice website, Nana. See, he has developed a nice website. Nana, where does he develop? In his laptop only, no? He will develop his website in his laptop only, right? He developed the website here, and then he opened his website in his local host, or can we call it as local machine? Nana, can we say call it a local machine? He opened his website and he is accessing the website inside his laptop only. He has opened the website in his laptop only. Now you tell me, is it possible to others to access from outside? Nana, yes or no? Everyone, strongly, yes or no? No. No one will able to access the website from outside. Now tell me, if no one is able to access the website from outside, what is the use of he developing the website? Correct. He has developed for his own purpose. No, right? So basically, if you develop any website, that website has to be accessed by everyone. Now you have nice Flipkart. Flipkart is a website which is developed by some person which is available for everyone. If someone has developed and he's only accessing in his laptop, no one is accessing it. Is that good? No. So what he did, Anudeep, what he did was he opened his laptop, he developed his application website, and he has that website in his own machine. No one is able to access it. Is there any use of this? No. So can we say that in this case, the local machine itself is acting as a client, itself is acting as a server? No. Yes or no? The laptop itself is acting as a client. The laptop itself is acting as a server, both in the same machine. Both in the same machine. Is there any use of this? Yes or no? No. Is there any use of this? Anyone can access the website from outside. One tier meaning how many layers you have? Only one layer. And in that layer, in that machine itself will act as a client, and that machine it will act as a server. Is there any use of this? That's why we don't use this, and this is dead. Are we going to use one tier architecture? No. So one tier architecture is dead. Now you tell me, is it okay? This one tier architecture is completed. Do you understand what is one tier architecture? So guys, if anything that you are developing, that should be useful for others. You have developed a nice website. That website has to be accessed by everyone. No. What is use you have developed and you are using in your own laptop? Is there any use of it? No. So if you are developing yourself and you are using by yourself and no one is accessing it, there is of no use. So this is here one tier architecture. Is there enough use in our real time? No. Answer is no. Nana, is this clear? One tier architecture online? Everyone? CC? Super. All good, no? Slow. Okay. So now, what is the next tier architecture we have? Two tier. Let's go to two tier architecture. Two tier architecture. So as the name clearly says, what is this? Two tier architecture. That meaning how many layers you have? Two layers. Fantastic. How many layers you have? Two layers. So number one, we call it as, we call it as client layer. What layer? Client layer. The other one, we call it as server layer. What are the two layers? Client layer and server layer. Client layer and server layer. Chitty, in my previous one, in one tier architecture, this client and server are in the same location or different places? Same, in the same machine. Is there any use of it? No. What are we doing in two tier architecture? We are separating. What are we doing? We are separating it. So we are separating the client layer and we are separating the server layer. Getting it? Okay, let's see what is the effect of separating it. Okay, now this is the server. This is the server. See here? This is the server. This is the server. So inside this server, on the bottom, what you have? Can we say that in the bottom you have a hardware? Yes or no? Every server, if you take your laptop also, what do you have in the laptop? You have a hardware. On top of it, what do you have? Operating system, no? So the bottom one, on the bottom, here we have a hardware. On top of it, we have what? Operating system. Okay, Nana? Okay. Like normal server, like normal laptop, what do you have in the base? In the base, you have hardware. In the base, you have hardware. On top of it, what do you have? Operating system. See, on top of the operating system, I have my application. Yes or no? We have our application. Okay, good. So now, this server might be having, let's say, for example, 4 GB RAM. How much? 4 GB RAM and let's say 2 CPU and 50 GB hard disk. Now, how much RAM this machine has? Only 4 GB. Okay, now, Chitty, you have the application. This application can be developed in whichever language, any language, no? So it can be developed in Java, it can be developed in .NET, it can be developed in Busu. Python, right? Python, etc. Okay, now you have your application. Chitty, if you have your application, you need to have a database also. You need to have a database also. Can you give me one example of database? What is the database that you know? Oh, super. Let's say you have a MySQL, you have SQL, MySQL, Oracle. There are so many things available in the market. Okay. So, Nana, see here. Now I took a server. What is the server at the bottom has? Hardware. What does it has? Hardware. On top of it, what you have? Operating system. On top of the application, you have application. And application and database, we are putting in the same machine. So this application, see here, no. This application is connecting to the database, correct? This application is connecting to the database. And on the left side, we have the client layer, no? So client layer meaning those who are accessing my application, correct? Who are the clients, Anna? Those who are accessing my application, correct? So this is the client. So we have the client. So okay, these are all the clients. So clients meaning, guys, once I have my website available in the server, all these clients will be connected to the server. Yes or no? So all these clients are connected to this server. All these clients are connected to this server. Okay. Nice. Nana, see here, one question for you. Do we need to worry about the client layer, this layer? Okay, now you have the website. Who is connecting, where they are connecting, from how long they are connecting. Do we need to worry about the users? No. So do we need to worry about the client layer? No. Remember, do we need to worry about the client layer? For now, no. So we don't need to worry about the client layer. We have the application in my server and everyone started connecting to my application. So do we need to worry on the client layer? What is your answer online? No. Answer is no. Okay, now let's talk about the server, Nana. So my server has how much GB RAM? How much GB RAM? 4 GB RAM I have it. Very good. So now, all of a sudden, this application is telling to operating system, saying that application is telling to operating system, hey, hello, yeah, you operating system, please give me 2 GB RAM. Allocate me how much? 2 GB RAM. How much the server has? 4 GB RAM. And application is giving dhamki to server, saying that, hey, server, hey, operating system, give me 2 GB RAM. Because I'm the one who everyone is accessing. And then database will keep quiet. Database will keep quiet. No, database also started asking, Babu, operating system, give me also 2 GB RAM. Give me also 2 GB RAM. So how much total GB RAM we have in the server? 4. We have 4. How much application is asking for? 2. How much database is asking for? If application is taking 2 GB, if database also taking 2 GB, what does the operating system will have? What does the server will have? Nothing, no? So Chitty, here, now in this case, a fight will start. What will start? Fight will start. Application, database, and operating system, everyone will start fighting with each other. Application will say that, hey, I need 2 GB. Database will say that, hey, give me 2 GB. Operating will say, no, I cannot give this much to you. I have only 4 GB. So, guys, whenever there is a fight happening between these things, who is the most affected person? Who is the most affected person? Who is the most affected person? Client. Who is that? Excellent. You're coming to my way slowly now. So guys, who is the most affected person here? Client. So if there is a fight is happening in between the servers, I mean, between the, for capacity. So the fight is happening for what? For resources. The fight is happening for what? Resources. Application is telling, Babu, give me 2 GB. Database is also saying, give me 2 GB. Operating system is saying that if I give 2 GB and 2 GB, what I will have? Nothing. I cannot run the machine itself. So the fight will be happening between all these things for resources. If the fight is happening between the resources, what is the problem that we get? Performance. What is that? Performance. What is that, Nana? Performance. So I want you to give me that. What will happen to the server if the fight is happening? Crash, hang. Okay, good. Hang, crash, slow, down. Very good, Sandeep. Next. Jinesh is saying latency. We'll talk about that. Bugs. Very good, Soumya. Rest. What are server busy? What are the problems that you get? Tell me. Bad performance. Very good. Next. Freeze. Right? No response. Error. Not responding. See? You get all these things. Have you heard these words before? Yes, right? You have heard this word called server is hang, server crash, server is slow. Why? Fight is happening. Why? Fight is happening inside it. For what? For resources. Fight is happening for what? Resources. Because this 4 GB is sufficient. No. So because there is no sufficient resources. There are no sufficient resources. Now you all understood generally in what scenarios that we get these kind of problems? In your real time also. In your real time also. Let's assume you are the owner of some application. You are deploying, you are putting the application on the server. You have your own clients, no, in company. And the company, that clients will start telling you, Babu, what are you doing? Server is slow, application not working, server is hang, server error, server busy, bugs. Why? Because of this resources issue. You all understood now why you got this kind of problems, why you get this kind of words? Due to the resources issue. Got it, Nana? Okay, now the question for you here is it, yes, go ahead, Shivanand. Is it recommended to keep application and database both in the same machine? You tell me. Is it recommended to keep application and database on the same machine? No. Nana. Application is like Tom. Database is like Jerry. Will you keep Tom and Jerry in the same machine? Will you keep Tom and Jerry in the same room? They will fight with each other. Someone will die. Jerry will die. Correct. So here we have application and database. Is it recommended to keep application and database in the same machine? No. Remember, Nana, you are learning very beautiful things. Because when you're going to some company, when you're working in the company, if you see in your company that application database on the same machine, then you need to clearly say that, Babu, this is what tier architecture? 1 tier, 2 tier? 2 tier architecture, and it is not recommended to keep application and database on the same machine. It's not good. It's not good. If you keep application database in the same machine, what will happen? Performance issue you'll get. What is the problem that you get? Performance issue. Because application needs some memory, database also needs some memory, right? Both needs memory. If there is out of memory, there is a performance issue. Are you getting it? Right? Okay. Now question for you here is, is it recommended, Nana, is it recommended to have this 2 tier architecture for your production environment? Yes or no? First of all, I want to ask you, do you know what is production environment? Clearly, yes or no? You don't know, right? So let's talk about that. So you have to be very perfect, huh? Sir, if you know, yes. Otherwise, no. I'll am them. I'm there, no, right? So let's talk about what is production. I'll give us a little bit quick reference for you. See, I need some name. Give me one name. So here I have. Give me some name. Mahesh. I'll take Mahesh. Huh? Mahesh, right? ఆ పేరులో వైబ్రేషన్ ఉందా? Okay, so we have Mahesh here, our friend Mahesh. So now, what is the game that you always play in your phone? You don't play any games, huh? PUBG, okay, you want PUBG? Okay, let's say PUBG is still on, huh? It's not banned. Okay, so PUBG, let's say for example, we have Mahesh. Mahesh, you are assume you are playing PUBG, huh? So Mahesh open his phone. See, guys, I'll tell you in simple way. See, Mahesh has opened his phone and then he started playing PUBG. Now, when he opened his phone, the phone will be connected to the PUBG server, no, in the backend. Yes, sir, no. Yes. Yes, Bindu. So here we have PUBG. PUBG. This is the PUBG server. Okay. With PUBG server, I always have this joke all the time. When PUBG was really new, my sister's son, I was sleeping in the night. All of a sudden, he started shouting, "Someone is killing me! Help! 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 Help!" At that time, I didn't know about all this PUBG because I don't have time now. So he was shouting. Then I went inside. I thought that he's having a bad dream. When I opened his blanket, he's playing PUBG, right? And I gave a nice left, right, right? So because generally we thought kids will have bad dreams, right? Nightmare, something. I thought that someone is killing me, help me, help me. Arey, kaun mar raha hai isko? Right? So okay. So the thing is, I always still remember that. Okay, now you have the PUBG server and Mahesh is connected to PUBG. Nana, the customer here, Mahesh is customer. Yes or no? Mahesh is customer or Mahesh is client? Yes. So Mahesh is connected to the PUBG server. This server is accessed by the customer directly. This PUBG server is directly accessed by the customer. So this is a live environment or not? That live environment, we call it as production environment. That live environment, we call it as what, Nana? Production environment. We call it as prod, shortcut. What was that? Prod. Production environment. So any client who is directly connected in the live environment, we call it as production environment. Okay, let's say for example, in PUBG you have nice big weapons, no? Gun. You have gun, right? Let's say for example, assume this PUBG is developed by some developer only, no? This PUBG is developed by some developer only. So assume this developer want to give you a nice new gun. So he need to code it, right? In the backend, he need to write the code. Okay. So now you tell me, developer, this guy is developer, Nana. See here. This guy is a developer. Okay. This is a developer. See here, he is a developer. So he is developing his application in his laptop or in some area. So can we call it as here dev environment, developer environment? Wherever the developer is developing, which environment we call it as? Developer environment, or we call it as dev environment. What is that? Dev environment. What is that called, Nana? Online. Say it as dev environment. So dev environment meaning where developer is developing his code. Nana, he has developed his own code. Now tell me, he developed the code. Can he directly push to the live environment, production environment? No. Guys, can he directly push the code, his code to prod environment? If something wrong with the code, what will happen? This environment will go down. If that environment goes down, client can connect to your PUBG server. In your phones, the PUBG will not work. So is it good to directly push your code to the production environment? Answer is no. Answer is no. So for that, we have another environment here. See, we have another environment. So can we call it as test environment? Yes. We call it as test environment. So whatever, or you can call it as QA environment. Okay. Quality. So here, whatever the code that he has developed, he will push to which environment? Test environment. There, the PUBG code will be there and they will test a lot. Everything is working fine or not. They will test. Once all the tests are passed, once everything is really good, then what they do is they will be pushing to the production server. Or else, guys, in real time, you can also have another environment here because we have freshers. No, I'm not going deep here, but here you can call it as UAT environment, or you can call it as pre-prod. Okay, you can go with the UAT environment or pre-prod. Pre-prod meaning before going to the prod, this is also look like prod only. This also look like a prod only, but it is a pre-prod. Whatever the code you have in production environment, in pre-prod also you have the same code, but the customer will be accessing the production environment. So now from test, they will push it to pre-prod, and from pre-prod, they will be, if everything is fine, then they will push it to the prod. So this is all will be happening. We'll be talking about all these things in coming days. But as you said that you don't know about prod environment, now you understood different types of environment, Chiti. What are those environments, Chiti, that you have? First, dev environment. What environment? Dev environment. Next, you have test environment. Next, you have pre-prod. Next, prod. Test environment also call it as QA environment. Test environment is also called as QA environment. Clear? Huh? Is this clear, Nana? Now you tell me, Chiti, you tell me now, this two-tier architecture, where application database I'm putting in the same machine, is it good for this production environment? Answer is no. What is your answer? Answer is, would you keep application database on the same machine? So will you this two-tier architecture is good for your production environment? No. So for production environment, it is big no. Big no for prod. Yes, prod environment is also called as live environment. So generally we don't use the word called Uday. Generally we don't use the word called live environment, because live environment is a normal, those who don't know technical, they call it as live environment. So we are technical guys, no? So we should call it as prod environment. Okay, Nana? So now unit test, where it is like testing phase only, Aishwarya, testing phase only. So this two-tier architecture is good for your production environment. Answer is yes or no. This two-tier architecture is good for your production environment. Yes or no? Answer is no. Okay, now, okay, the full form is user accepted testing. So thank you, Subara. So UAT full form is user acceptance testing. But the thing is, let's not go there. That is not our area. Okay. Okay, now let's say, guys, let's say for example, all of a sudden, some Buchi meaning here what? Who? Hacker. All of a sudden, some hacker hacked your server. What will happen? Everything is gone. Yes or no? Everything is gone. Your application is gone. Your database is gone. Everything is gone. So is it good to keep application database in the same machine? If someone hacks also, developer day and night, he developed the code. Pusuk, hacker will take the code. Right? And database, very important data will be there in database. Hacker will come and Pusuk will take the data. Is it recommended to keep data application database in the same machine? Answer is no, no, no. You understood what is two-tier architecture now? You know, you understood you understood the different type of environments that we have. Okay, so now it is not recommended to have application and database in the same machine. It's not good. Okay, Nana. Chiti, is this clear till here? CC, please. Super. Nice. Slowly, okay? Slowly we'll go. And now, what is the next tier architecture? Super. What is that? 3-tier. 3-tier architecture. As here, what is this? Can you please pronounce that? What is the tier architecture? Is this 3-tier architecture? How much? 3-tier. How many layers will be there? 3 layers. How many layers will be there? 3 layers. In my 2-tier architecture, how many layers are there? In my 1-tier architecture, how many layers are there? In 1-tier architecture, 1 layer. In 2-tier architecture, 2 layer. In 3-tier architecture, 3 layer. Nana, in 2-tier architecture, we are keeping application database on the same machine. We are having application and database in the same machine. Is it recommended? Then what we'll do now? We will separate it. What will do we now? Separate it. In 3-tier architecture, how many layers are there? 3 layers. Server layer. I mean, what is first one? Client layer. Now we are separating application and database. So the next layer is application layer and next layer is database layer. So in my 2-tier architecture, I'm putting everything in one machine. But in 3-tier, I'm now separating it. So now let's move on to 3-tier architecture. What is the first layer we have? Client layer. Client layer. And what is the next layer we have? Application layer. And next we have super database layer. Okay. In another words, some people will call it as here presentation layer. This one people will call it as business logic layer. And then this one we call it as data layer. Anything you can say, Nana. So do we need to worry about the client layer? No. So we don't need to worry about the client layer. So we have all the clients here. Okay. See here, Chiti. So now we have application layer. So we have a server now here. So we'll have a server. You tell me, what does the server has in the bottom? Ah, super. On top of it? Excellent. That is what I need. What is the bottom you have here? Hardware. On top of it, you have operating system. Okay. So similarly, here for the database layer we have. Yes, Nana? So can I call this as application server? Can I call this as application server? This one? Super, super. This one is database server. So now in application server, what do we have here? We have application. This application can be developed in any language. What language? Java, .NET, Python, etc. Okay. And here we have what? Database. Which one, Nana? You can take any, for example, you can take MySQL. Now we are separating application server and then database server. In our 2-tier architecture, we are mixing it. We are having application and database in the same machine. But in 3-tier architecture, what we are doing? We are separating it. What are we separating? We are separating application server and we are separating database server. Getting it? So now, this is both servers. So this application server has its own RAM, and this also has its own RAM. Now tell me, if I'm separating, fight will happen. Tell me, Chiti, fight will happen. Anudip, fight will happen? No. Fight will not happen. If fight is not happening, what is the impact? Performance. Very good. What is the impact? Performance. So you'll have a good performance or bad performance? Good performance. You'll have a good performance. So now you understood how you need to convert from bad performance to good performance now? So previously in 2-tier architecture, we had a bad performance. Now we have a good performance. Now you understood how you can do the good performance now? By separating the application server and database server. So all the clients are here. All the clients are connecting to the application server. Okay. All the clients are connecting to this. See, all the clients are connected to the application server, and this application server will be connected to the database server. Fantastic, fantastic. And database server will respond back to the application server. Yes, Nana? Yes. So what does this application server has? What does application server has? Code. What does it has? Code. Okay. I'll ask you one interview question here. Guys, there is one interview question here. Interviewer will ask you, what is application server? What do you say? What is application server? Simple. Keep it simple. Right? So simply I'm telling you, the server which has application is called the application server. Simple as that. Okay, let's write that. The server which has application hosted or installed is called application server. Simple. What is database server? What is database server? Similarly, the server where the database is hosted, installed. The server where the database is installed, or the server where the data is stored is called database server. Do you see the definitions? Simple definitions. Okay. Slowly, Nana. Clear? Is it clear? You're getting it till here? Okay. So now, application server is connecting to the database server. Application server is connecting to the database server. Okay. Nana, how does the, okay, can I call this is a device and this is also one device? Server is a device, right? So can we say that two devices will communicate with each other with what? In the network, two devices will talk to each other using what? How do you connect two servers? How do the client server get connected? Using what? IP address. Using what? IP address. So Nana, every server, remember, every server will have the IP address and every server will have its host name. What do we have? Every server will have the IP address and host name. Say that every server will have IP address and host name. Now, what is IP address? Chite, you have your Aadhaar card. Everyone has Aadhaar card, right? What do we have in Aadhaar card? Aadhaar card number is there. So everyone has your own unique identity number. That is Aadhaar card number. And in Aadhaar card number, you have the name also, no? Your name. So here for every machine in network will have its own identity number. That is IP address. And the name of the server is called host name. You're getting it? You're getting it? I'll write it here. here. No, see here. Devices communicate with each other in the network with what? With IP and host name. Say that. Can you read that line? Devices communicate with each other in the network using what? IP address and host name. And now, what is IP address? What's the full form of IP address? Internet protocol. What is internet protocol? IP is a unique identifier for a device in the network. Simple. Now, what is IP? Say that. IP is a unique identifier for a network in the device. And now tell me, two devices communicate with each other with what? IP address and host name. IP address and host name. What is IP address? Unique identifier for a network, for a device in the network. What is host name? Name of the server. What is host name? Name of the server. So, no, it should be, but it should be within the network. It should be unique. But if you have different networks, you can have the same host names. But it should be unique. Host name should also be unique. Is this clear till here, everyone? Is it clear till here? Online, is it clear? Non-IT, is it clear, Chitty? Super. Slowly. Now, let me ask you a question. You need to answer, Nana. You know what is application server now? You know what is database server now? You tell me, application server should be in a public network or private network? Think and answer. Application server should be in public network or private network? Huh? Okay. So you are saying public. You are saying public. So public meaning you thought all the clients need to be connected to the application server. No, for that reason, you want to make it as public. But the thing is, if you make your application server public, what is there in application? Code. Will you expose your application code to the public? No. Then your application server should be in public or private? Okay, you said private. If it is private, clients can connect directly to the private server? No. You are saying no there, here also you are saying no. Then you understood the problem. So you say, if I make the application server public, it is dangerous because developer has written the code a lot. Someone will hack and take the code. And if you keep the application server private, clients can connect to the private server directly? You have your own bedroom, you have your own room, your house is there, no? You have your own bedrooms. Someone can directly access your bedroom? No, that is private. Then how? Experienced people. So, okay, now I'm introducing another guy now here. And this guy name is web server. Which one? What is that, Nana? Web server. These are all bloody real time. What is this? This is the web server. What do we call? Web server. Does the web server has any code inside it? No code. So this web server will make it public. Your application server should be private. And by the way, your database server, obviously private. So what does this web server do? It doesn't do anything. Simply, it takes the request. Okay. And redirect to the application server. Guys, it takes the request from the client. And this web server will redirect the request to the application server. You understand? So, guys, what is a web server now? It takes the request and redirect to the application server. What is web server? Tell me. What is web server? It takes the request and redirect to the application server. So this your application server should be in the public network or private network? Application server should be always in a private network. And which one is exposed to the internet? Web server is exposed to the internet. And now guys here, and all these things. Okay, now you tell me, and all this we call it as 3-tier architecture. What, Nana? 3-tier architecture. Now you tell me, this 3-tier architecture is good for your production environment? Do you vote for it? Yes, good for production. So now you can say, sir, client server, client layer, application layer, database layer. 3 are there, no? That's why we call it as 3-tier architecture. But we have web server also, no? That meaning 4-tier architecture. No, we don't call it as 4-tier architecture. We call it as n-tier architecture. So based on your security purpose, you can introduce how many layers you want, and we call it as n-tier architecture. Nana, is this clear? Okay, quickly with me, everyone. Nana, see, quickly, see here. So what did we learn today? So client server architecture. Everyone online, just 2 minutes here. Client server architecture. What is a client? I want everyone to answer online. What is client? Which request a resource. Fantastic. What is a client? Which request a resource. What is a server? Which respond to that particular resource. Good. And this client and server, online, are you there with me? I want responses. Can you put that in chat? Okay. So what is a client? Which request a resource. What is a server? Which respond to that resource. Good. In simple way, can we say client as asking and server as giving? And this client and server should be in the same in the network? Yes, in the same network. What are the in network? We have so many components. All those components are called as devices. Fantastic. Devices. And the devices can be either client or a server. How many client server architectures are there? 3-tier. What are those? 1-tier, 2-tier, 3-tier. So in 1-tier, how many layers are there? 1 layer. So 1 layer is used in the companies in industry. No, which one is dead? The 1-tier is completely dead. So that machine itself will act as a client. That machine it will act as a server. And what is the next tier architecture? 2-tier. In 2-tier architecture, how many layers are there? 2 layers. Nana, what are those? Client layer and then server layer. So do we need to worry about the client layer? No. So in server layer on the bottom, what you have? Hardware. On top of it, operating on top of it, application and database. In 2-tier architecture, we are keeping application database on the same machine. Is it recommended to keep application database in the same machine? No. So if you put application database in the same machine, what is the problem? Performance issue will get. Is it secure? No, it is not. If someone hack also, your application also gone, database is also gone. So do you know the difference between the different kind of environments? Prod environment. So we have dev environment, test environment, pre-prod, and then prod. So any customers directly connecting to the environment, which is live environment, that is called prod environment. So do you recommend this 2-tier architecture for production environment? Answer is no. Next, which one is there? We have 3-tier architecture. In 3-tier architecture, how many layers are there? 3 layers. What are those? Client layer, application layer, database layer. Do we need to worry about the client layer? So we are now in 2-tier architecture, we are keeping application database in the same machine. But in 3-tier architecture, we are separating. So in 2-tier architecture, if you put Tom and Jerry, what will happen? Fight will happen for the resources, performance issue. But in 3-tier architecture, you are separating it. So each and individual have its own resources and own capacity. So do you have a bad performance here? No, you will have a good performance. Chiti, what is application server? The server where the application is hosted is called application server. What is database server? The server where the database is installed is called database server, or data is stored is called database server. And two devices communicate with each other using what? IP address and host name. Fantastic. What is IP address? It's a unique identifier for a device in the network. What is the name of the server called? Host name. What is the name of the server called? Host name. Nana, do you recommend application server to be in public network or private network? Private network. If it is private network, client can directly communicate to the application server. What do you need to place in between? What is web server? Which takes the request and redirect to the application server. Bas, khatam. Tell me now. Injected in your brains? Online? This is how we'll go. You don't even feel. Nice doctors, how he will inject. Do you get the pain? You don't even get the pain. Big topics, I'll inject in your brain slowly, even you don't even know the pain. So like this, we'll be going. So what I need is only your concentration, Nana. I need your concentration. If I have your concentration, then I'll push everything in your brains. So the next class will be on Monday. The next class will be on Monday. Okay. On Monday, what we do is we will be talking about networking topics. Understood? Excellent. So any questions online? Entire Shiva Kumar, entire meaning you can have any number of tires in between. So that's why we call it as entire. Yes, guys, materials and all, everything, we will be sharing it. Once the batch is fixed, we'll share all the materials slowly. This is just only a couple of days, right? Yes. Great lecture. Thank you, Ome. Okay. So tomorrow there is no class. The next class is on Monday. So guys, this is just a teaser. These are all just a teaser. We have trailer also. We have picture also. Picture abhi baki hai those. Excellent. Thank you, Raju. Sure. Thank you for your lovely feedbacks. The entire duration of the course is 55 to 60 days. Okay. Sure, goes. Excellent. Can I give the final CC for today, please? Online. So guys, we'll be talking a lot CC with smile. With smile. Smile is important. Without smile, what? Online. What online? Excellent. See, that smiles make my day all the time. Excellent. So do not miss the class, because next Monday we'll be going into little bit deeper and more networking topics will be touched. So do not miss the class. Monday will be the important class. So don't miss it. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you on Monday with the next important topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and have a nice weekend. Don't miss the class on Monday. See you on Monday. Bye-bye. Good night.